Imagine being a Heisman-caliber quarterback, the son of an NFL Hall of Famer, with over 14,000 passing yards and 134 touchdowns to your name. You're projected as a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Yet, as the draft unfolds, your name isn't called in the first round, or the second, or the third. Finally, in the 5th round, pick 144, the Cleveland Browns select you. This was the reality for Shedeur Sanders. How did such a promising talent fall so far? Was it about his on-field performance, off-field persona, or something deeper? Let's delve into the real reasons behind Shedeur Sanders' draft snub. Chapter 1. The Fall. Shedeur Sanders' drop to the 5th round was one of the most shocking storylines of the 2025 NFL Draft. Once projected as a top 5 pick, his selection at 144th overall by the Browns left analysts and fans baffled. Despite impressive college stats, including a 71.4% completion rate and over 4,000 passing yards in his final season, teams passed on him repeatedly. This unexpected slide raised questions about the underlying factors influencing his draft position. Chapter 2. On-field critiques. Some scouts pointed to Sanders' high sack rate, average athleticism, and concerns about arm strength as reasons for his draft slide. Critics argued that he held onto the ball too long, leading to unnecessary sacks. However, many analysts, including ESPN's Mel Kiper and Louis Riddick, believed these concerns were exaggerated and didn't justify his fall to the 5th round. They emphasized his intelligence, accuracy, and leadership qualities as indicators of his potential success in the NFL. Chapter 3. Off-field perceptions. Beyond physical attributes, Sanders faced scrutiny over his perceived entitlement and media presence. His decision to skip the NFL Combine and the Senior Bowl, along with reports of lackluster interviews, raised red flags for some teams. Additionally, his association with his father, Deion Sanders, a prominent and outspoken figure, may have contributed to concerns about potential distractions and media attention. Some NFL owners reportedly instructed teams to remove Sanders from their draft boards due to these perceptions. Chapter 4. Racial dynamics and bias. The discussion around Sanders' draft slide also touched on racial dynamics. Stephen Jackson remarked, "When you are black and confident, they hate it," suggesting that Sanders' demeanor was unfairly scrutinized. Robert Griffin III echoed this sentiment, attributing the draft snub to jealousy and hatred. Stephen A. Smith went further, comparing Sanders' situation to Colin Kaepernick's, implying a form of collusion against outspoken black athletes. These perspectives highlight the complex interplay of race, perception, and opportunity in professional sports. Chapter 5. Media hype versus NFL evaluations. Sanders' high-profile status, bolstered by media coverage and his father's celebrity, may have created a disconnect between public perception and NFL evaluation. While fans and commentators saw a top-tier talent, NFL teams focused on specific metrics and interviews. This disparity underscores the difference between media narratives and the criteria NFL franchises prioritize when selecting players. Chapter 6. Deion Sanders. A gift and a curse? Deion Sanders is one of the most iconic names in football history, a Hall of Famer, 2-sport phenom, and now a headline-making coach at Colorado. Deion commands attention wherever he goes. His charisma, confidence, and unapologetic approach to leadership have reinvigorated the Buffalo's program and reshaped college football media. But that same outsized personality may have cast a complicated shadow over his son's NFL journey. Multiple NFL insiders and analysts have speculated that Deion's influence, while undeniably positive in Shedeur's development, may have been viewed as a red flag by some NFL front offices. His bold proclamations like saying Shedeur is better than any quarterback in the NFL, and statements about which teams he'd allow his sons to play for raised eyebrows. NFL franchises, notoriously conservative and PR sensitive, may have interpreted Deion's involvement as a sign of potential drama or overbearing parental presence at the professional level. Even worse, there were whispers that Shedeur and Travis Hunter might boycott the draft and return to Colorado, if not selected by preferred franchises. Whether this was genuine or media-fueled speculation, it reinforced the narrative that the Sanders camp was attempting to control outcomes in a way NFL teams found off-putting. Boomer Esiason went as far as to say that some owners asked their GMs to steer clear of Shedeur, not because of his skill set, but because of the baggage that comes with the Sanders brand. And make no mistake, that brand is strong, disruptive, and unapologetically loud. For better or worse, Deion Sanders' aura was intertwined with every evaluation of Shedeur. Additionally, Deion's media savvy, posting family training clips, mic'd-up practices, and heavily stylized highlight reels, has at times clashed with traditional NFL scouting culture, which often values humility and behind-the-scenes grit over curated confidence. Some scouts and executives reportedly questioned whether Shedeur had been tested in adversity or protected too often within a highly controlled PR environment led by his father. The result? Teams were not just drafting a quarterback. They felt like they were drafting a package deal that came with attention, expectations, and possibly headlines they didn't want. While Dion has rightfully fought for his sons to get the recognition they deserve, his approach may have unintentionally backfired in a system that still resists anything that deviates from its norms. Yet in the bigger picture, this could prove to be another step in changing those norms. Just as LeVar Ball once caught flack for how he promoted Lonzo Ball, only for Lonzo to find his place quietly, perhaps Dion and Shedeur are merely ahead of the curve. Still, for now, there's little doubt that Dion's larger-than-life presence, however well-meaning, was a significant factor NFL decision-makers had to weigh. Chapter 7. The Cleveland Opportunity. Despite the draft day disappointment, Sanders' selection by the Cleveland Browns presents a unique opportunity. With a roster that includes veteran quarterbacks like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, Sanders can develop without immediate pressure to start. The Browns' management believes Sanders was undervalued and sees potential for him to exceed expectations. This environment may allow Sanders to refine his skills and prove doubters wrong. Chapter 8. Redemption and Future Prospects. Sanders' journey from a projected top 5 pick to a 5th-round selection serves as a testament to the unpredictable nature of the NFL draft. However, it also sets the stage for a compelling redemption story. With determination and the right support system, Sanders has the opportunity to showcase his talent and leadership, potentially becoming one of the draft's biggest steals. His response to adversity will not only define his career, but could also challenge existing narratives within the NFL. Shedeur Sanders' draft experience highlights the complexities of professional sports, where talent, perception, and societal factors intertwine. As he embarks on his NFL journey, the spotlight remains on him, not just for his performance on the field, but for what his story represents in the broader context of the league. Only time will tell how this chapter unfolds, but one thing is certain: the conversation around Shedeur Sanders is far from over. What are your thoughts on Shedeur Sanders' draft slide? Do you believe it was justified, or were other factors at play? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth sports analysis.